Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, where if you try hard enough, you can be the next DECA GOAT. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the new resource that DECA just released called DECA Plus. Let's dig in. DECA announced its new study resource, DECA Plus, on October 26th. It went live on Friday the 29th, and many chapters didn't get a chance to see it until this week. If you didn't get a chance to take a look, here's their promotional video linked up above. It shows you all the ins and outs of the features. This video isn't going to go into all of the features of the DECA Plus resource. You can see that in their promotional video. What this video will go through is after I purchased this for our chapter, we'll take a look at the questions that I had as a chapter advisor and the answers to those, the general first impressions of DECA Plus, the value discussion about whether you should get this for your chapter, and then some suggestions I'd have if anyone from DECA is paying attention to the work that we do here. Even though we will get into value a little bit later in the video, for $295, DECA gives you a wealth of resources and organizes it all very well for your chapter. If you bought these resources individually for your chapter through shopdeca.org, you would have been paying over $600 each year. Just from that alone, this is a great value. Aside from all the advantages that you get by purchasing DECA Plus, DECA is being more and more explicit about how you are allowed to manage your DECA resources. You are not allowed to post resources online on any website. DECA helps you organize everything for your chapter and helps you abide by DECA's copyright rules, which we're starting to see hit some of the more successful chapters around the world. After watching the promotional video, I had these 6 big questions. Number 1 and 2 go together. First off, the video role plays and the video presentations that we see, will they update every year, or will they remain static because of the video year that we had doing DECA remotely this past year? And number 2, I had a student come in first in hotel and lodging management. Is her video posted? Because it'd be really cool if it was. All right, let's take a look at the individual series events and the videos that are posted. We don't know how often those videos will update, but if we look at hotel and lodging management and scroll down to the video roleplay, ICDC winner, first place in the world, Arushi Jane. Here's her roleplay. And it's cool that they've got the sample here.
Good afternoon. My name is Arushi, and I'm the sales manager at Bonita Hotel.
A little bit of hype there for Arushi. Well done. Number 3 and number 4 really go together. Are there any specific strategies for how to study the instructional areas that will make you really good at your role play? And number 4, are the flip cards that we see, are they tied to specific instructional areas, or are they more general for the types of questions you might see for your specific event content areas? As for the instructional areas and how adaptable they are and whether the study materials there are appropriate and what those flip cards look like, let's jump into the Principles of Marketing event. And let's click down to see the role play, because this is where we've got our prep materials. The role plays and the instructional areas that are show up in the video, these are not clickable links. So these just tell you the instructional areas that could be on the role play. Now the flip cards are a little bit further down. The flip cards have 3 sets: expanding your general vocabulary, broaden your knowledge specific to performance indicators, and practicing for your exam. The only one that ties to specific instructional areas is the performance indicator one. And you saw this in the promotional video too. Though you can flip through them, and there's 33 of these. When you flip through them, it tells you what the instructional area is, but there's no way to sort or to only have a deck of cards specific to that instructional area. Hopefully this is something that DECA can improve on and make better for the future. Question number 5. How relevant are those insights to the industry resources? How often do they update, and what sources do they come from? Look at the industry insights for the Human Resource Management event. And again, you can get to it by clicking on the industry trends link in the competitive event area. And what I was looking at here was the source of the information, where they come from, and what that looked like. And all of these seem to be very credible, highly reliable sources. Click in and see the full article. The Human Resources Management was the only example where I saw this occurred, where you clicked into, this is a Society for Human Resource Management, and it's behind a paywall. This is the only event that I had clicked into that I saw this happen. What I'm curious about, and we'll see over time, is how often these industry trends update. But right now, they're all from late 2020, early 2021, and again, there's 8 per event. Question number 6 really then is, what does the mobile interface look like? Is this going to be something that's easy to use for students on their phones? As for the mobile app, it works very seamlessly. Again, you click into your competitive events, and you can choose from your different competitive events that are here. Let's go to Entrepreneurship Team, and let's get down to flip cards. This is the only thing that I saw with the competitive events and the mobile app that's a little weird. I've got my phone in vertical portrait mode. Sometimes you see the text that doesn't quite fit on the card. Sometimes in horizontal mode, the size is a little bit differently, but that's not a huge deal. And you can see here that some of the navigation is a little tricky because it's not really made for the phone screen. Not that it's not usable, but there's a lot of up and back that you have to do to get to the materials if you're doing this sort of interactive feature. So now that we've answered some of those questions, let's take a look at the value proposition for DECA Plus. At $295 a year, it's a very reasonable resource if you have a moderately large size chapter. If you look at the averages, most DECA chapters are somewhere around the 50 member range. At 50 members, you're looking at about $5 per member, $6 per member for DECA Plus. If you look at other study resources like Competition University, that's a much more expensive value proposition, and they have a sliding scale. So it might be as much as $30 a member, or it might be as cheap, maybe as $10 or $11 a member. Now, Competition University does some things that DECA Plus can't do, and vice versa. But just as a value comparison for a lot of chapters that are looking at study resources, DECA Plus is certainly a cheaper option. So I have 4 main suggestions for how DECA might be able to improve DECA Plus in all upcoming years. Understandably, they can't do a whole lot about the first year rollout, but here's some things that I would like to see from DECA for the next couple of years running. Number 1, make it free for all brand new chapters. Brand new chapters usually have very few members, and they're probably fighting to get some student funds collected or to get some interest in DECA. If you gave DECA Plus as a 1-year free subscription to all new chapters, it would help those new advisors get their chapters started and hit the ground running. Number 2, the PDFs of all the role plays and tests and written events. It would be really great if those PDFs could be stored somewhere within DECA Plus rather than requiring advisors to download them and save them. And we run the risk of seeing them reappear on websites that DECA wants to avoid. Number 3, and this gets to a little bit of the individualization of DECA Plus. Right now, only one person, one chapter advisor can sign in, so there's really no way to personalize or individualize a student's progress, which gets me to the online cluster exams. You can take 100 questions in an online test format, but since there's only one login for the entire school, you can't see which of your students is doing however well on an exam. Now, I presume if you had the ability to individualize logins, it also makes it more expensive because there's more management on the DECA end or on the advisor end. So I'm not exactly upset that there's only one login, but you could personalize and make it more of a study material if you had multiple logins. And that brings me to suggestion number 4. DECA Plus is meant to be a subscription service that lasts throughout the DECA competition season. The subscription ends on June 30th of that competitive year. It would be great if on July 1st of the next year, if chapters could buy into the next round of DECA Plus. Reason being, a lot of my students like to compete the written events, especially the business operation research events, over the summer. And if they had access to DECA Plus and could see the sample events and the sample presentations, that would be a big help as they're doing their work over the summer. DECA Plus is a great value for medium to large size chapters. Students, if you see this video and you think DECA Plus would be great for your chapter, tell your chapter advisors to take a look at the video and consider it for your chapter. Advisors, if you're seeing this video and you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more content come out, please hit the subscribe button so you can see more content as it comes out. My name is Justin Staub. Good luck this year on your DECA success journey.